Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Caleb. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. Today, I wanted to talk about the 2020 Toyota Supra, a car that's been very anticipated, and I'm gonna tell you guys what I think about it. So unless you've been living under a rock, you know that Toyota recently came out with the MK5 Toyota Supra. This is a 2020 model, which is available for sale right now. Now, before I tell you guys what I think about the vehicle, I think it's good to go over some of the specs of the vehicle so that we can later talk about them. To start off, this vehicle has a 6-cylinder inline single turbo engine. This is a BMW engine, which is different than the original MK4 2JZ motor that everybody raved about. This vehicle will also be only offered in an automatic. It comes in an 8-speed automatic transmission, which some people are obviously bummed about it being a automatic only. For purposes of this video, we're going to be talking about a lot of the specs on the launch edition Supra, the special new edition of the Supra that's coming out. It's nothing crazy different than the original Supra. It's just a slightly higher dollar number and just a few extra tiny little things. But there's not going to be anything different with the baseline numbers and things like that. This car is going to get 24 miles per gallon city and 31 highway, and that's pretty good. That's better than I get on my Mustang. And it's going to be a MSRP suggested retail price of $55,000, but that's for the launch edition. The regular edition is going to be about $49,000. Now getting into the fun stuff, this vehicle is going to have 335 horsepower with 365 pound-feet of torque, and it's going to be expected to go 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds, which is pretty good for 335 horsepower. That's about a whole second faster than my Mustang, which does 0 to 60 in about 5. This vehicle's coming in at a curb weight of about 3,400 pounds, which isn't crazy heavy considering a lot of the vehicles that are coming out today. So what does all this really mean? Now, before we get into that, I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and smash subscribe, and make sure to comment on this video. I would love to talk to you guys and see what you think. Now, what do I think about this? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of the Supra? So Toyota kind of collaborated with BMW on this Supra. And what I mean by that is they came together and put some of the manufacturing, some of the engineering and materials together to create this vehicle. Now, like I mentioned earlier, a BMW engine is under the hood of this Supra, as well as a lot of other aspects of the vehicle. A lot of people were criticizing the Toyota Supra because they said that it looks like just a Z4. Which I can't blame them for. They kind of look similar. So originally I thought this was kind of tacky that BMW just kind of took over the Supra and Toyota didn't really put a lot of Toyota spirit into it. But the more I thought about it and the more I researched, I came to the conclusion that it's not as bad of a thing as people think. Starting off with the interior of the vehicle, the BMW quality interior is just so much better than Toyota. Toyota is known for things like reliability, where BMW is known for things like luxury. And I think that putting a combination of a reliable vehicle with the luxury that BMW has to offer brings a great looking interior. I'll give an example of interiors that people don't like. Now, this is a $55,000 car, which, yes, it's pricey, but it's not crazy expensive in terms of some other vehicles. Now, a vehicle that also recently came out was the 2020 GT500, and this vehicle, if I'm not mistaken, is almost $100,000. And that's one of the things that I was criticized on, that you're spending all this money for a high performance vehicle, which is what the Toyota Supra also is, and you're not getting a great interior. And the fact that Toyota collaborated with BMW on this to take some of these luxury quality parts, I think is a great thing. Now, a lot of people were expecting a lot of things from Toyota. How do you come out with a vehicle that's that much better than the MK4, which everybody absolutely adored? And that's some of the things that I questioned. Is it really that much better than what it used to be? Now, the answer is yes, but not that much better. The general theme of this vehicle almost seems like Toyota could have done a little bit more to make this Supra the great thing that everybody was expecting. Not saying that it's a bad vehicle by any means, but I think the public was expecting more. Now, to look at some of the numbers, the original MK4 Supra, this is with the 2JZ, has 320 horsepower, and the new Supra only has 15 more than that. Looking at torque, the MK4 has 315 and the MK5 has only 50 more than that. Now, these numbers didn't jump up a whole lot, but what we do see a decent gain in is in the 0 to 60 time, a 4.1 on the MK5 versus the 4.9 on the MK4, a 0.8 increase, which is pretty sizable. Now, one of the first videos I watched on this Toyota Supra was Doug DeMuro's video on what he thinks of the Supra. And he said in this video that Toyota kind of left some on the table because they wanted the public to be able to tune and customize these Toyotas to their liking. They wanted tuning companies to be able to put their input into it and make it super customizable, and possibly that's why they didn't push this to the absolute max performance-wise that they could have. So that part's kind of up to your own interpretation. Do you want a vehicle that you can fully customize, and do you want to put in the time and money into that? Or do you want something that you can just drive off the lot and is absolutely insane? One portion about this vehicle that I saw in a few of the reviewings, the specific reviewing I'm speaking of is a Vehicle Virgins reviewing, where Parker mentioned that this vehicle has a lot of fake vents. Now, looking at this, I can see that as well, and I'm really not a fan. I really don't see a super big need to have a fake vent. It seems sort of tacky to me, and when you look at a vehicle that has a fake vent, you almost just think either put a real one or don't put anything at all. But overall, something that we have to think about, and something that really struck me, was that this is only a $50,000 to $55,000 vehicle, which, yes, that's a decent amount of money, but for the amount of people that adore the Supra, the amount of attention it gets, and for what it is, I don't think it's that much money comparing it to some of the other vehicles coming out, like the $100,000 GT500. I don't think that that vehicle is necessarily twice as good as the Supra. And if we look at the MK4, these vehicles haven't even gone down in value much. In some cases, they even went up. So purchasing a $50,000 Supra, you can pretty much be guaranteed that your investment is not necessarily going to tank in the toilet. I don't know what the result of a Supra will be in 10 years, but I think it will hold its value better than some other vehicles. So for what it is, I think it's a great purchase for $50,000. You can either get a nice truck or a fun Toyota Supra that is easily customizable and something you can definitely have a lot of fun with. I can definitely say if I had 50 grand laying around, you bet I'd be purchasing a Supra. Now, if this video brought you a smile today, if you like this, please hit like on this video. It would really, really do me a lot of good. And comment and let me know what you think. I want to talk to you guys and see what your opinions are. Please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more. I'd really appreciate it. And if not, I hope you guys have a great day, and I really hope to see you in the next one.